Hi everyone, it's Kristie Rosser, nurse practitioner and health and wellness specialist and hormone specialist. I had a few questions yesterday about how I juice and how I preserve my produce when I buy in bulk. So today what I wanted to do was just show you really quickly what I do that works really well for me and my family. I will go shopping and I will buy bulk lemons and limes and ginger specifically, because those are the things I use the most when I cook and also when I'm doing stir fries or teas or salad dressings that I'm making from home. And so what I'm going to do is just show you what I do that works really well for me. So I will go and buy everything in bulk, and then I will juice everything in one day, and then I will freeze it, and I will freeze everything in ice cube trays. They will last in the fridge for me for up to a month. They probably last longer, but I use them very frequently, and so I find myself juicing about once a week for some of the simple ingredients that I use often, and then I'll just go to the store again, reshop with my food prep, and juice again. This is convenient for me for a couple of reasons, because I only have to really clean my juicer out once really good, because I will get everything I need going and I will get everything juiced and frozen right away. Also, it makes it so that if I want some lemon or I want some ginger or I want lime or anything specifically for a short period of time or something really quickly, I can pop an ice cube out of the ice cube tray. I'm going to show you how I do this. And I have it right away. The other thing too is it helps me get rid of waste. You know, I hate buying, 10 or 12 organic limes and lemons and then finding out that I haven't used them all the way I meant to, either in my cooking or in my smoothies or in my juices. And there's nothing that is more discouraging to me than doing everything I possibly can to shop well, buy really healthy food for my family with the intention of using it, and then finding out that it has gone bad before I've had the chance to use it. So I've gone ahead and done a little bit of prep here just to save some time. Also, the juicer that I use is a very slow juicer, and the reason why I chose it is because anytime you can juice slower, it generates less heat and it also gets more of the nutrients out. So my juicer's a little bit older, but it works really well for me. Because it is the type of juicer that it is, I recommend, at least for my family and in my home, that we peel the lemons and the limes before we put them through the juicer. Again, it is not a super high-powered heat extractor. It is a really cold, slow-moving juicer, which really is the way to go, because if you're going to juice, you want to be sure that you get all the nutrients you can. And so let me show you what I've set up here. Of course, I have all of my lemons, and I have my limes, and I have my ginger that I usually just have sitting out on the table. I also have my ice cube trays ready to go. This is how I preserve a lot of my juices. It just makes it super easy to juice this way. Of course, I have my green drink on the counter because I'm going to be drinking that. I do not like to waste anything, and so I make sure that anything I juice goes into my composter, and this goes out into my garden. So this is usually on the counter with me when I juice. My juicer is a Samsung juice extractor. The book has been very well used. I love it, but it's one that can do lots of things. I mean, I can extract oils, I can make nut butters, I can do all sorts of things with this. So it's really been my favorite juicer. I've had it for probably about 6 years. Really haven't felt the need to upgrade. It really, really works well for me. So I'm just going to show you what I do that works well. I here have cut up some of my lemons, I've cut up my limes, and I've cut up my ginger. These are the three main ingredients that I like to freeze, because I will use lemons in everything from water to stir fry to homemade salad dressings. Limes, the same thing, particularly in anything that I can stir fry, any of my juices, any of my smoothies. And of course, ginger goes in my tea, it goes in salad dressings. I use it almost in everything. So because these are my three main items that I use all the time, I do buy these items in bulk, and then I do juice them, and then I freeze them. I make sure that I label my trays, because as you can see, once they're in the trays, they're almost exactly the same color. So let's just quickly do a few things so I can show you how this works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my lemons here into my juicer. And then all we're going to do is push them through. Hopefully you can see all of that really great juice coming out. Gonna put some more in there. So this isn't super complicated, right? All I did was wash and peel my lemons. That's all I've done. And then I put them through the juice extractor and my juicer. Let's go ahead and just finish up the rest of these lemons here so I can show you what I do with them, because this, it's not necessarily the juicing that's the magic, but it's what you do with the juice that saves you a lot of time. Okay, so just 2 more of the lemons. So this way none of my lemons are going to go bad, right? Because I've now just juiced them, and now what I do with the juice next is going to be just wonderful. So let's turn this off. What you're going to see here is all of the pulp. This will definitely be added to my garden. This is just beautiful, beautiful pulp. There are lots of different things you can do with pulp. You can even cook with it. This I will not, because I didn't get all of the seeds out, so you can see there are seeds still in there. So this is just going to go in my composter. And that's going to go out into my garden to feed my soil, so I have amazing, beautiful soil next year. So this is what we have out of the lemons that I've just juiced. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this to the tray here, and what you'll see is that almost to the top of each of these, like about this much, ends up being 2 tablespoons. And that's a good thing to know, because when I make my salad dressings, oftentimes it will call for 2 tablespoons of lemon, or I'll just want to add some lemon to my drinks. One of my favorite ice cube trays is this one right here, and you can probably see why. I just love the shape of that, because it's really just a skinny, round, frozen ice cube, which means it can fit into some of my bottles that have very, very small necks. Most of the time I'm using really big bottles that look like this, but sometimes I'll be using glass bottles or even plastic bottles if I don't have any glass ones. And trying to get ice cubes, trying to get frozen cubes of lemon in there is really hard. So this is one of my favorite little ice cube trays. And preferably, I really do like the metal ice cube trays. They're my favorite. But I already got them all full in my freezer, so I couldn't show you my frozen ones. So right now what you'll see here is I have an ice cube tray full of lemon juice. This will freeze. This will last in my freezer for, I'm sure it would last for months. For me, I'll go through this in probably just a couple of weeks, because I will pop out a cube, I'll throw it into my smoothie, I'll throw it into some salad dressing that I'm making. So I use this all the time. This is basically how I can buy in bulk and I can save money for my family, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and do just a couple of limes, and then I will show you, actually let's do the ginger now. Well, we'll do a couple limes really quick. They all look like they're about the same color, so you just want to be sure that you know which ones you're doing. Don't forget the juice tray. There we go. I do that all the time. I will forget to put the juice tray under there, and then I lose like valuable tablespoons of amazing juice. So don't do what I just did and forget that. Okay, so that is our lime. And again, you're going to see that as I pour this in here, about all the way to the top is going to be 2 tablespoons. This is going to end up being just about 3 tablespoons, and that was from 1.5 limes. I will also do this with ginger. I love taking ginger root and doing the exact same thing with ginger. Ginger has a more yellow appearance to it. I do not have to peel my ginger on my juicer. I can just put my ginger straight through and I can get the same result from that. And then again, all of the pulp just ends up going into my garden. So I hope this was helpful for you, just to see really quickly how you can buy some really great ingredients like lemons and limes and ginger, fresh ginger root, and then take just a few minutes every day to chop them up, throw them through your juicer, put them in some ice cube trays, and then throw them in your freezer. And then when you need any fresh ingredients, particularly where I live in Utah, it's nice for me to have a lot of food storage. So I like to have some of these things frozen through the winter. But otherwise, you know, hopefully you have a lemon tree. That would be fantastic. I don't have that here. So that way you've got fresh ingredients all the time for you to use anytime you need them, in salad dressings or in smoothies or in juices or anything else you need. I hope this was a really helpful tip, and I hope it answers a lot of the questions that people had messaged me about yesterday. If you have anything that you really want to learn or any questions about anything, please feel free to let me know. But again, juicing in bulk and freezing it is a massive convenience. It's a time saver, it's a money saver, and it ensures that you're going to have just a great impact on your health when you use these really, really simple kitchen tips. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.